You're doing good. I've just come on tonight just to air my views on a bit of transfer news which broke in the last couple of days. Anthony Gordon hasn't been himself recently for Newcastle United, and it's rumoured that Arsenal are apparently interested in him in the summer. And I've come on tonight just to get your thoughts on this situation with Anthony Gordon. Do you think he's trying to get away from Newcastle? Do you think he's just going through a bad spell at the moment? Definitely a bit of a drought in terms of goals from open play, that's for sure. Is his heart still in it, or does he want to move on from the club? Does he want to, set wheels in motion for a new challenge? But before I get into that, guys, welcome to my channel once again. It's great to have you with me. Marty the Mad Magpie. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to get instant access to any new videos which I upload. Today's included. And also, if you like this video, please give us a like. It will help the channel grow. And if you want to leave a comment, guys, even if you just want to pop by and say hi as well, give me your thoughts on the situation at Newcastle United at the moment in terms of the way we're playing, and also players moving in, coming in and going out, and PSR as well. It's taken a new turn, but we all know that this rule was brought in to stop us spending money. That's the only bloody reason this came in. So let's get on with it then. So Anthony Gordon is off the pace at this moment in time. He just doesn't seem like he's interested in playing for Newcastle United anymore. And the first thing he needs to do is get that fucking haircut, because it's weighing him down. Goodness me, he's going to run out of a bloody hairband before long to cope with it. He needs to get his bloody haircut, but also he needs to step up to the plate. But again, what is causing this? We don't know. Off the field problems, or maybe he's got a niggling injury, or maybe he just wants to move away from the club. But if that's the case, then we need to start thinking about getting him moved on sooner rather than later, which would be ideally in this window, because then it would free up some funds to get players through the door. And Anthony Gordon, in my opinion, when he first arrived, I wasn't that pleased to see him, I'll be honest with you. I'd seen him play at Everton, and I thought he looked an shambling figure, to be honest. But then he really started to come into his own at Newcastle and started to play well, score goals. And last season he was electric for Newcastle in their quest to get to Wembley. And of course, the Carabao Cup final win was a massive. He was a massive part of that. But this season, I just don't know what's the matter with him. I just don't know whether he's, as I said, he's got off the field problems. Maybe he's carrying an injury, or is his heart not in it? Does he want to move back to Merseyside or to the capital, the bright lights of London? Who knows? But for my personal opinion, Anthony Gordon needs to get his head in the game and start playing football, because there's two things that'll happen here. One, he'll end up rotting in the Newcastle reserves, and two, he won't get his dream move wherever he wants to go, whether back to Liverpool, his boyhood club, he's a supporter of Liverpool at heart, whether he wants to move away to back to Everton, maybe he wants to go back there, or, as I said, Arsenal is a likely destination. They're looking for a quick left winger. It could be a destination for him. Get in touch, guys. It'll be great to hear what your thoughts are. Should Anthony Gordon remain at Newcastle, or should he be moved on? That is what I've come on tonight to discuss. My personal opinion is Anthony Gordon, I think if we can get some decent money for him, then I think we should cash in on him, to be quite honest. Because in my personal opinion, the kid doesn't want to be there. And if he doesn't want to be there, I think we should cash in on him now. Get some money for him in this transfer window. Either send him out on loan and then get a big fee for him in the summer. Because, we paid in the region of £40 million for him when we bought him. I think he's worth more than that now. I think we should cash in on him, guys. But get in touch on the live stream tonight. What do you think about Newcastle's transfer policy so far? Are we going to be bringing any players in this January? But more importantly, a player who could be heading out either now or in the summer, Anthony Gordon. What do you make of it all? I'm just having a look at some of the text there. Up the tunes. Yeah, excellent comment there. And Nadine Muhammad. Hello to Nadine Muhammad. Bottle of War. What's that? Okay. Gordon scored the decisive goal against Benfica. He's a legend for that. Yeah, he is. But again, it's been a long time since we played Benfica. And, you know, we're into a new year now. And he needs to step up to the plate. But Eddie Howe's got a lot of faith in him, clearly. He wants to play him. Shows he thinks a lot of him. But as I said in my video yesterday, you know, we look stale. We really look like we need a fresh approach from players. We need a couple more players coming in, and people will say, well, we've got some players in the summer. Yeah, but it hasn't, you know, has it really clicked? You were sitting in 8th in the table. Has it really clicked? You know, something seems to be missing. And, you know, I'm questioning, I did it yesterday, I'm questioning Eddie Howe's tactics again today. I just don't think that Eddie Howe is a man. He's doing okay for us at the moment, but is he the man to take us any further forward? You know, has he taken the club as far as he can? And that's not just on my mind, but it'll also be on some supporters' minds as well. And also, will it have crept into the heads of the owners? Because, you know, they're going to want it. They've been in charge of the club now. It'll be 5 years in October. And since then, you know, 5 years, won one trophy, qualified for the Champions League twice. But can we do it again this season? That is the question. You know, it's one of them where it's an absolute classic. Will the manager be here at the end of the season? Will Anthony Gordon be here at the end of the season? Do 3 or 4 players need to go out in the summer? I think so. Could Gordon be one of them? I'm just having a look at a couple of the texts here. Ajax tried to block Kenneth Taylor transfer when he was not in the summer. Held him against his will. Gained nothing. Lost money with a transfer in the winter. Holding players against their will. Well, I've got to say that for that, I mean, holding Anthony Gordon at the club is not as I said, that's not something I'd be looking to do, to be quite honest. I think if Anthony Gordon wants to leave the club, then Newcastle United need to be saying to him, look, you're going out and you're going out in this window. You know, he might want to hold out for a bigger move in the summer. But if he wants, possible suitors like Liverpool or Arsenal, Everton maybe, might want to come back in for him, Man United, whoever, you know, possible suitors for the player. If he wants to move on, then maybe look to loan him out and then get a fee for him in the summer. As I said, I think it just needs to be sorted out and quick, because he's just not, his head's not in the game at the moment in Newcastle. And, you know, it's not just him, but he seems to be the player that's standing out. You know, I think if he'd done more growth on the pitch than his hair's actually done, I think he'd be an absolute cracker of a player, because he's got a hell of a bloody hairstyle there. But in my opinion, Anthony, you need a cut, mate, because it's becoming a bloody eyesore. It's weighing you down, kidder. Baba Ali, why, my dear, responses to me? Okay, mate, nice to hear from you. Never a good thing to hold players against their will. That's a following one there from Ed Dewey. Yeah, definitely, you don't hold players against their will. But if he wants to leave, and he's got to leave. You know, Anthony Gordon, if he's not happy at the club, we need to move him out and quick sharp, because we need players in. I mean, how much do you think we'll get for Anthony Gordon? I mean, we're paid in excess of £40 million for him from Everton. I personally think we could get, I think if Newcastle could get like £60 million for him, I think they might take it, to be quite honest. And I think, you know, I think we've got to look at that. I think we've got to look at the possibility that Anthony Gordon is not going to be a Newcastle United player for too much longer. And that's my very humble opinion. I think Anthony Gordon should leave Newcastle United. Either book his ideas up or leave. You know, if he wants to move, we'll get him a great move, but he needs to move on if he's not happy at the club. Because this is the game we played with Isaac. He didn't want to stay, and in the end, he got his move to Liverpool. Gordon wants to leave, let him leave. Either that or book your ideas up, son. Start playing football. Start playing for the name on the front of the shirt, not the name on the back. Hello from Salt Lake, Geordie. Hello there, mate. Nice to hear from you. And like I say, guys, everyone who's got in touch today, get in touch as well after the video ends. Let me know your thoughts. Shall we sell Anthony Gordon? That's the topic tonight for Newcastle United. Anthony Gordon, keep him or sell him. Let me know, guys, in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And like I say, it's been great to have you all on board tonight. And great to hear from you all. And please feel free to leave comments. And as well, if you like this video, please give us a like. It will help the channel grow. Okay? So I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. But let me know, Anthony Gordon, keep him or sell him. Newcastle United, either in this transfer window or in the summer. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. And as I say all the time, all the best to you. I'll catch up with you all soon. Thank you.